Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Hannah. I'm a flight attendant for a major US airline, and I'm out of breath because I was just running through my house because I just got called to go to Madrid, Spain, and it is 12:45 and the sign-in is at 2:45. So I saw this trip open this morning and there was a person in front of me, so I assumed that they ended up giving it to somebody because it was a speaker position. And I'm not a speaker, the person in front of me wasn't a speaker, but I was like, if they give it to someone, they're gonna give it to them. Well, they assigned the person in front of me a 10 o'clock London, so I was like, oh, they're not gonna assign either one of us the speaker position trip, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like kind of freaking out because I'm like, are they gonna give me this trip? Because I need to probably like change into my uniform if they are. Luckily my bags were packed. So I'm sitting there and I look and the trip disappears. So I'm like, oh good, a speaker picked it up because they had red flagged it, which red flag means you get paid time and a half for working the trip. So I was like, a speaker picked it up because it's red flag, perfect. Like a minute later, I get a call from crew scheduling and they're like, hey, we have a trip for you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, well, what's the trip? And they're like, you're going to Madrid. I was like, oh no. So I ran upstairs, changed into my clothes really quick. I did not have time to put my scarf on, I haven't put my pins on, and I'm just hoping that my bag is like packed enough for what I need for this trip. I'm also hoping that Madrid does not have any liquid restrictions. I'm pretty sure they don't, but I'm gonna have to double check on that when I get to the airport and leave liquids in my car, I guess, if that's the case. But my biggest concern now is getting to the airport on time. I left at 12:40, so it usually takes me an hour and a half, so I should be okay as long as there's no traffic, but you never know with the highway that I have to take to work. But I am excited. I'm also freaking out. I've never been to Spain and I just don't work international trips a lot, so they kind of stress me out because I just don't really know what I'm doing, which the last time I worked an international trip and I made a comment like that, someone took that to mean that I'm not qualified on the aircraft. That's not true. I know how to operate the doors on every single aircraft that I work on in the case of an emergency, but the service on international flights is very different from domestic, and 99% of the trips I work are domestic trips, so that's the part I get a little nervous about. We went to training for 6 weeks and learned how to do an emergency situation, but out of those 6 weeks we probably spent a 30-minute class learning how to set up the beverage cart, and then maybe did an hour class where they just talked about the different food that we serve on different international routes. So yeah, they do not go over any kind of service stuff, and you just never really know what you're going to walk into when you get one of these international trips, because the people that work these trips have been here since before I was born, so you just never really know what you're stepping into. But I should not be vlogging and driving, I know, so I'm gonna stop talking, but I didn't think I'd have time once I got to the employee lot to tell you guys all of this. So let's get to the airport, hopefully on time, and head to Madrid, Spain. Oh boy, here we go. We are good on time. It is 2:21. My sign-in is at 2:45, so I still have 24 minutes to sign in, plus I have the additional 5-minute grace period, so I have 29 minutes. So plenty of time to get into the airport. Typically, our sign-in is an hour before our departure time, but for transatlantic, we sign in an hour and 15 minutes before, because we start boarding 55 minutes before we leave, compared to 35 for domestic or 45 for non-international premium destinations, which are going to be your international islands. So if the sign-in time was only an hour before, that would only give us 5 minutes to sign in, get through security. So they give us that extra 15 minutes for all of that. So let's get all of our stuff together. I'm really hoping that I packed everything I need. I know I have my passport, which is like the big thing. I have money to go out and do stuff. I have my badge. I think I have everything that I would really need. But I was just so thrown off by getting this trip that I'm just hoping I packed everything essential. I did bring a lunchbox, even though I don't need one, because we will get fed on this flight. We don't get fed on any other flights, but transatlantic, we're provided a meal. So I don't need food for the flight, and then I'm gonna go out and eat food while I'm there. But I really just packed one in case something crazy happens. And it's not any fresh food, it's mostly just like junk. I also packed it to have some extra space in case I wanted to bring back any goodies or anything like that. But let's get all of our stuff together. Let's go head to the airport and get this trip started. I got through security pretty quickly, so I had a little bit of extra time. Decided to go to the crew room and get some more UNICEF bags because I was all out. UNICEF is an organization that provides aid to children worldwide in the form of water, food packs, immunizations. So I try to participate in that when I can, which we are only allowed to collect donations for that on international flights. So got those bags, headed to the plane, and just kind of checked to make sure everything looked good. And then it was time to take off to Madrid. Flight time going was 7 hours and 14 minutes, which I put a timer on my watch so that when people ask how long we have left in the flight, I can give them a pretty accurate time. The service going to Madrid is our beverage services, and then we do a dinner service. Then we have a break, and then do an arrival breakfast and beverage service. The breaks were able to be split up into 2 on the way going. Normally in the back we have to split our breaks up into 3 because there's 5 flight attendants and only 2 bunks. But we had a light flight going, so one of our flight attendants took her break in the back row instead of in the bunks. So that was nice. We had a little bit of extra time for our breaks, but had some tea and then ate my vegetable curry before it was my time to monitor the cabin after my break, which we did go through a lot of turbulence. It's been a very turbulent summer so far, so I'm not sure. I mean, I guess that's pretty normal, the summers with all the weather and stuff. But anyways, when we do our breakfast service, we kind of gradually bring the lights up so that people can wake up more naturally. And then after our arrival service, we landed in Madrid. It was still pretty dark there because it was only like 6 o'clock local time. And then getting out of the airport took forever. I think it was like a 45-minute walk to get out of that airport and through customs, but we made it onto the bus and we're on our way to the hotel. I did ask for a stamp. A lot of places won't give them to you anymore, but they were nice and gave me one. And then we made it to the hotel, got some snacks that they offered us. It was so nice. All right, you guys, here's my hotel room. So European hotels are typically a little bit smaller than American hotels. So this is it. This is our little humble abode for the next day and a few hours, which local time right now is 7 something, so the sun is just now starting to come up, which at first, when I first walked in the room, I didn't think I had a window, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then I saw our little window over here. But I'm going to wash my face, get in the bed, and sleep for a little bit. I'm gonna set my alarm for noonish and see how I feel. If I feel good, I'll get up and go just kind of walk around here for a little bit. And then some of my crew members are planning on meeting at 2 to go do some shopping. So I'm planning on, if I do get up at 12, to just go walk around for like a little bit, come back, meet up with them at 2. And then one of the girls on our crew, it's her birthday today. So we're all gonna meet for, the hotel has a happy hour, so we're gonna meet at 5 to celebrate her birthday. So we've got a lot planned for this layover, which I'm excited about. But let me not waste any time and change clothes, wash my face, and take a little nap really quick. So I ended up just sleeping till 1. When my alarm went off at noon, I was still really tired and groggy, so I was like, let me just get an extra hour of sleep. I'm still gonna be going out today. I don't need to overdo it. I'm sure there will be other opportunities to come to Madrid. So we're just going to meet up with some of our crew members who are going shopping at 2, and then gonna come back for that birthday thing a little bit later. But I'm gonna have my little juice that I got from our crew only little area, which is so sweet, by the way. Like, there are some hotels that we will stay at that do like super nice things for us like that, and it's just so nice. And then I also brought some espresso because I know I would probably need it as reinforcement. So I'm gonna drink my juice, drink my espresso while I get ready, and then we're gonna go meet the crew and go explore a little bit of Madrid. We walked to the grocery store first to get a cake for our crew member, and then found a little store beside that had little decorations for her birthday as well. I also was able to find a magnet that I can use on my destination tree, so we love that. We went shopping at some clothing stores also, got a few dresses, and then I got coffee on my dress, so I had to rinse that off before we all met up. I didn't get as much sightseeing in as I wanted to before we all are meeting up for the little birthday celebration. So depending on what happens with that, I may go out a little bit later tonight before it gets dark to go see. I want to go to the park that's like right near here. That's pretty popular. But we'll just have to see. If not tonight, then I might set my alarm for early tomorrow morning and go out when the sun is first coming up to go do that. We'll just have to see how everything plays out today. My dress is still a little bit wet from washing off the coffee, but it is what it is. Let's go have a little birthday celebration. Cheers!
What is it?
Cheers!
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 I don't have that drink yet. I gotta get a drink. Cheers! Yeah.
Cheers! Happy birthday, dear Rachel! Happy birthday to you! Ready for the Hey, nice! Okay, she's bringing us.
A few of us went back out after the birthday celebration on the hunt for some food. We went to this place that everyone calls the Mushroom Bar. I'm not sure if that's the actual name of the restaurant or not. We didn't end up staying there though because one of our crew members can't eat pork and the menu was very heavy pork. So we decided to go to the Mercado de San Miguel to give everybody more choices for food. I ended up going with some empanadas and they were delicious. After that, we walked through the Plaza Mayor, I think is how you say it. Sorry if I butchered that. So the market and this area was two things that I wanted to see, so I was happy to walk through that. It was really nice because the sun stayed up for so long, so we stayed out probably till about like 9:30, which was nice. We found a hotel with a fun rooftop bar and got to see the sunset over the city, so that was gorgeous, and I was just taking in every little bit of it. We ended up getting a nightcap at the rooftop bar at the hotel when we came back, and they gave us gummies instead of nuts with our drinks. You guys, I ordered a pina colada. I don't know what this is, but it exceeded my expectations. What would you say? It's like,
I think it's creamy,
right,
very coconutty.
It's very coconut.
It's a Madrid pina colada,
right?
Especial.
Oh, it's so good. Not an American pina colada by any means. It is so
Not a
good.
Caribbean pina colada.
Right, not even Caribbean.
It is a straight up.
Oh, so good.
And passion fruit martini.
Oh yeah, she got a passion fruit martini. Amazing. Drinks here, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah. I didn't do a whole lot of the touristy things I was planning on doing, but I still had a really good time in Madrid. As of right now, I have about 10 hours until I need to get up to get ready for our flight tomorrow. There is some weather that is going to be coming in to Charlotte around the time we get home, so I'll be curious to see if that affects our flight at all. We were kind of talking about that at dinner. It may or may not cause some problems. We might get stuck here for a day, which honestly would not complain about that, but yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. As for now, I need to wash my face, get in the bed, and get some sleep, because if we do go home tomorrow, definitely gonna need that sleep. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Good morning, guys. It is go home day. It is 9:35. I just need to pack up my suitcase and then we're gonna go downstairs to catch our 10 o'clock van. As of right now, the weather I told you guys about last night is not affecting our flight, so hopefully it stays that way. I would hate to take off and then divert somewhere and get stuck, so we'll see how today plays out. But let's pack up all of our stuff and head downstairs. One thing that's different about these layovers compared to the States layovers are that they automatically give you a wake-up call whether you want one or not. They always call you an hour before the van to make sure that you're up to catch a van on time, which I think is interesting. Which I was already up before my wake-up call, but yeah, I just think that's something that's interesting about these layovers. But anyways, let me pack my bags and we will make our way back to Charlotte. I swear every airport is under construction right now. Even Madrid is, but I know like most of the US ones are also, which is kind of crazy. But it did take us about the same amount of time to get to our gate as it took us to leave the airport the other night. It's just so long. But look at these beautiful water bottles we got from the hotel. They were like this light blue glass. It was so pretty. Also, look how giant the ice was. So we had to give everybody like 2 cubes of ice during the services. But they provided sandwiches for us at the airport, which was nice, even though I'm not the biggest fan of salami, which is what I'm pretty sure that was. So I ate a little bit of it, but it's not my favorite sandwich meat. The flight going back to Charlotte was longer. It was 8 hours and 40 minutes, and the service is a little bit different. So we do a lunch service, which is similar to the dinner service that we do going, and then we have an ice cream service in the middle of that in our arrival service. And then our arrival service is just a little kind of snack thing. I had the vegetable curry again, which the meals they feed us are the same as business class. We had to split our breaks up into 3 on the way going back because it was a full flight. The arrival meal that we get as crew members is a little Philly cheesesteak, and then the passengers got some pizzas. They had the option of like a Tex-Mex pizza, which is interesting, or just cheese. And then we landed in Charlotte, and our Madrid trip was officially over. You guys, I am worn slap out. I am so tired. I just want to go home and get in my bed, which is probably what I'm going to do. These international layovers, I just never get enough sleep because I want to go and do as much as I can because I don't ever get them. So I just never sleep enough. And this week on reserve has been just brutal. So I think my sleep score has been averaging around like a 50 this week, which is crazy. So I'm just really, really tired. I'm not super hungry right now, so I might be able to make it home without stopping through a drive-thru. We'll just have to see if it hits me on the way home. But let's go home. Let's go see Ozzy. He's gonna be excited to see me. He doesn't like when I'm on reserve either because I'm like, you never know when I'm gonna get called. But also, he was supposed to have a grooming appointment today and completely forgot in my last minute getting called to Spain. So I'm gonna have to reschedule that, which it's weird because I book all of his grooming appointments at the beginning of the year. They like fill out the sheet, but then they don't remind me about his appointments. Like, how am I supposed to remember these appointments a year in advance? I mean, like, you know, like a year out. Like, I scheduled all of his appointments last December, so that's almost been a year, not quite, but you know what I mean. So I don't know why they don't like just send a reminder text to be like, hey, don't forget. Every other places that do appointments do that. I don't know why they don't. Anyways, let's go home. Let's go see Ozzy and maybe take a little nap. Hi. Hi, babe. Are you happy mom's home? Are you happy mommy's home? Yeah, so we're gonna sleep so good tonight in our bed. We're gonna go to bed so early. I ended up ordering a Grubhub. I got Moe's sent to the house. On the drive home, I was like, let me just order food to be sent home so I don't have to stop at a drive-thru. I can get home, change clothes, and then wait for that food to get here. So that is what I did. It did take a while to get here though, but traffic was kind of crazy, so that might be why. But it's 7 o'clock right now. I am gonna eat this and then probably go to bed. My mom wants me to stay up till she gets home so I can talk about my trip, but we'll see. I think she's on her way home now, so I should be able to do that. But then we're gonna go to bed because I go back on reserve tomorrow. I'm still not done with my reserve week. So far they've called me every single day I've been on reserve. I'm hoping to get a day off tomorrow. It's my last day on for the week, and then I at least have 4 days off. So if I do get called, I will have a chunk of time to recover. And it's been crazy because there's storms everywhere that have been causing issues. So the company is in a major irregular operation meltdown right now. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that tomorrow. It's not looking good for me, but we shall see. But as always, any questions, comments, whatever, you can put them in the comments below. I hope I got enough content for you guys, because when I go out on layovers with other crew members, I'm not on my phone as much, and so sometimes I forget to record things. Even though I do a lot, you guys just don't see because I will forget to record things because I'm in the moment. So hopefully I got enough to make this video decent. I didn't talk much about the Ultra Human ring in this video, but I still have that discount code, which is Sims10. If you guys want to purchase a ring, it tracks your sleep score and your recovery and a lot of other things. I've mentioned it in other videos, and I'll probably talk about it in videos later. But yeah, I will link that discount code in the description box, and I'll also put it as a comment so that you guys can see it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.